have been about no money because he's married to a woman that's worth over $1 billion, man. $1 billion. And a lot of people say he couldn't plead guilty because of his endorsement deals, his future money. I don't know about you, man. I'd rather be free and be broke than be in the penitentiary for 24 years and be because he gonna lose every endorsement when them folks put them handcuffs on him and walk him in that penitentiary, man. So you tell me what was the logical thinking of what he was thinking about, man? Because a lot of people don't understand that you have what they call emotional discovery before you even go to trial. So ASAP Rocky knew every piece of evidence that them folk were gonna show in court against him, man. They thought that they were smarter than the criminal justice system when it came to all the people, ASAP Real, ASAP Rocky, ASAP, all them other people, 20. But they got to understand and they tried to lie for their friend. They tried to lie for the breadwinner, which is ASAP Rocky. And the people, everybody in the world want to say, well, ASAP Real got to understand and purge itself. Everybody got to understand and purge themselves. The only thing that didn't get purged was the evidence, man. You have surveillance tape of ASAP Rocky chasing ASAP Real, busting at him, man. Busting at him. Busting at him. And them folks came up in court and literally tried to play with the intelligence of human beings. 12 people in the jury might not be lawyers and stuff, but they got common sense to know that dude was out there busting that dude, man. He was out there busting at him because they had an altercation. And ASAP Real is bigger than ASAP Rocky. And ASAP Rocky did what a lot of motherfucking hood folk do, or people that lose their mind. For them 5 motherfucking seconds, he lost his mind and he was trying to knock him off. He was popping at that man. And what ASAP Rocky didn't never in his mind think, because a lot of motherfucking hood people never think that somebody gonna go tell the police on it, man. A motherfucker that's from the hood, if you do something to a real hood motherfucker, you know the police ain't coming. I'm coming. But a lot of these motherfuckers nowadays, they ain't willing to take that chance, especially when the motherfuckers start busting that fire. When they start feeling like that somebody got the potential to put them in a bag, they gonna go tell the police, man. And that's what ASAP Real did. ASAP Real went to the police department the same day and told them folks, so them folks was able to go out there to the scene and collect a lot of evidence and talk to a lot of witnesses, man. It was not a time frame that them folks did not do their job. That's why, and then people say, well, why ASAP Rocky on the stand and testify? What are you going to get on the stand and say the same thing that every other lying-ass motherfucker already done got up there and tried to do? One, get up there and say that he didn't have a real gun. Two, get up there and say that he didn't even do it. Three, get up there and try to say that ASAP Real did this and ASAP Real did that. But what they didn't realize is them folks really didn't give a fuck about them folks' testimony because they got physical evidence. And then they got other people that don't have nothing to gain testifying. It's 3-4 individuals that don't even know who ASAP Rocky was. They didn't know he was Rihanna's husband or boyfriend. Them folks didn't know that. Them folks told the police, man, that man with them long braids right there was busting at that man right there that was running, man. And them folk got up on the stand and said the same thing, but this time they realized that they was testifying against a superstar. They realized that. And ASAP Rocky, whole defense attorney, I don't know what his thoughts was. I don't know what his thoughts could have been. Because you don't never get in front of a jury. Whatever you say your defense is, you go with that defense till the ship go down. But he didn't do that. Them folks seen that the trial was flipping another way and ASAP Rocky couldn't say this and ASAP Rocky couldn't say that. Them folks went from ASAP Rocky didn't do it till them folks showed the surveillance tape where he did do it. It was a prop gun. Then them folks showed that it was a real one and asked them folks to produce the prop gun, and now the prop gun is gone. They showed them folks was lying, man. They showed A$AP Rocky should have had better advice when it came to somebody talking to him, man. Somebody who say they love A$AP Rocky should have tapped him on the shoulder and said, man, you been to jail before, man. It ain't no big deal. But what people don't understand is something bigger than just this jail stuff that's on dude's mind. A lot of people don't make decisions. It be about money. It be fear of losing their relationship. Because A$AP Rocky he a good rapper, but he ain't got money like Rihanna. And Rihanna been known to jump ship on a motherfucker quick, man. She went from Chris Brown to this down, and you know what I mean? Motherfucker don't, and A$AP Rocky ain't no winner. He ain't no catch. He ain't never gonna be a billionaire like her. He ain't gonna be no Jay-Z and Beyonce dual team and be billionaires. He's not that type of rapper. You know what I mean? So his whole focus, I believe, is he worried about where Rihanna gonna go. He gonna be one of them motherfuckers that sit in jail and try to call Rihanna every second of every day to try to figure out where she at, and she gonna be on a European tour somewhere in another country, and it's gonna be a misunderstanding because you can't use number WhatsApp when a motherfucker go out the country. So he ain't gonna be able to call JPay and call call through the phone service and talk to her because she gonna be in another country. And I think that's what's on A$AP Rocky's mind is that he gonna lose his relationship with Rihanna if he go to jail. But if you thought you were gonna lose your relationship after doing 180 days, just imagine you doing 24 years in prison. Your relationship over as soon as they sentence you, man. Over with. When you look back at Rihanna gonna have some tears in her eyes, but after she go home and she have a couple bottles of champagne, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, feel a little bit better. And as time go on, Chris Brown gonna call and say, hey, what's going on, Riri? You all right, baby? And she gonna have that conversation, and next thing you know, he gonna be sitting in the pod, and he gonna see on TMZ where Chris Brown and Rihanna rekindle. And that's gonna crush him. That's gonna crush him. When you could have did them 180 days and been out by the summer, man. People don't realize that trial been going on for like 12 straight days. 12 straight days. That's 12 days that he could have been knocked off at 180-day sentence, man. Ain't no way that you call yourself a street motherfucker, a hood motherfucker, or even an intelligent person, and you don't know that you should take 180 days instead of fighting for 24 years of your life, man. Ain't no way. It don't take a motherfucking rocket scientist to figure out when them folks, that's why they came up with a thing called motion of discovery. Because they want to show you what they going to do to you and what they going to present in court, man. They going to show you, man. That's what motion of discoveries are. And they literally showed this man all this evidence, and that man still chose to go to trial, which I never will understand. I never will understand that. Never in a million years would I understand that, man. You know what I mean? But to each their own. If he want to go to prison and do 24 years in prison, let that man do that. But you can believe every day he's sitting in that motherfucking jail cell, he gonna realize that he fucked up. He gonna, after them 180 days pass and he into that 24-year sentence, he gonna realize after them 180 days that he could have been going home. Instead, he's still fighting an appeal, man. That's how that shit gonna go, man. And a lot of people, they want to, you know, when you report stuff in a content creator, you got to be real, man. You can't hold back. You got to let people know what reality is. Reality is, dude fucked up, man. He fucked up and didn't nobody tell him he fucked up, and he thinking that Riri and money and fame gonna get him out of all that trouble he in. But it's not. Juries don't found richer and more famous celebrities guilty of crimes than him, man. Shit, Lil Wayne went to prison when found guilty by a jury. And he way bigger than A$AP Rocky. And they didn't have no surveillance tape of Lil Wayne committing the crime. They just knew Lil Wayne didn't have enough witnesses. They got a fucking surveillance tape of this fool committing the crime, man. When they showed that man that tape, that man supposed to took them 180 days, man. I've never seen a judge do what that judge did. Man, that judge tried to beg A$AP Rocky. That judge begged A$AP Rocky. Begged him to take them 180 days and broke it all the way down to let him know, son. He was talking to him like he was talking to his own child. He was like, son, don't you realize that if you go to war with the DA them, that you facing 24 years, really in actuality, you be damn near 60 years old when you get out of prison? He said, don't you realize that you could take 180 days? You know what I mean? You're doing 180 days and you could be out. That's what he was doing, man. That's what that man was doing. That man was literally trying to beg A$AP Rocky not to make the dumbest ass decision he could ever make in life, man. Because that judge knew all the evidence that they had against A$AP Rocky. He told that man, don't you realize that 12 people can find you guilty and send you to prison? Ain't too many judges gonna take that time out. That man literally talked to A$AP Rocky for about 15 minutes about why he felt like the A$AP Rocky should have took the deal, man. And at the end of that situation, A$AP Rocky said, I respectfully decline. You can believe that he gonna eat them motherfucking words, man. He gonna eat them motherfucking words. I respectfully decline, because he gonna hear the motherfucking parole board and the motherfucking governors say they respectfully decline to hear his motherfucking case, man. He gonna hear the motherfucking appeals court say we're gonna uphold the sentence you got because you should have took them 180 days, man. A lot of people gonna look at dude as one of the stupidest motherfuckers that ever go on trial for a crime that he committed, man. A crime that he committed. This ain't a motherfucking crime that somebody said this person did. A$AP Rocky committed this crime, what they call assault, man. His own friend told them folks he did it. Them folk got surveillance tape of the fool doing it, man. When I seen that surveillance tape in court, I couldn't do nothing but just shake my head. But every time that they showed some damaging evidence against A$AP Rocky, or they pointed that one of them A$AP motherfuckers was lying, the judge looked over at A$AP Rocky and just shook his head like, son, I told you take them 180 days. He looked at him like, son, I told you take them 180 days, man. That's what that judge was looking at A$AP Rocky doing, man. He was looking every time. And people want to root for them celebrities and holler out they ain't got no evidence, man. If these folks didn't have no evidence, they wouldn't be sitting in court, man. If these folks didn't have no evidence, they wouldn't have went to no grand jury, man. Fuck you, man. This ain't no game. These folks didn't just go trump up no motherfucking charges on this, man. These folks had evidence to present to a grand jury to indict this man. Then they went as far as to where they got evidence, surveillance tape, witnesses, not A$AP motherfucking witnesses. I'm talking about A$AP. If you take A$AP real out of the whole equation, them folks still got enough evidence to convict this man because they got surveillance. They got other witnesses that don't have A$AP at the beginning of their fucking name that testify, man. They got other people that don't even know. Now, one of these motherfuckers that told them folks, they didn't know who A$AP Rocky was. They didn't know A$AP Rocky. They just seen a motherfucker black dude with long motherfucking braids with a hoodie on like a thug as anybody else would see, and they seen him busting at a motherfucker that was running for his life. And then the same motherfucker that was getting busted at went straight to the police station and took the police right back to the scene of the crime, man. What people don't understand about that? What don't you understand that this fool should have took them 180 days, man? It ain't no question in my mind that he's sitting back right now because the jury is fit to deliberate. You can believe in his mind. He said, now, thinking I should have took them 180 days because now you can believe he got the bubble guts. You can believe ASAP Rocky can't stop moving. ASAP Rocky shitting everywhere because he's sitting there got a billion things going through his mind. He thinking Rihanna gonna leave him because she a superstar. He thinking that he was the luckiest motherfucker in the world to end up with a woman that's worth $1 billion. And he thinking that he don't fucked his career off by a 5-second misunderstood situation. A lot of people don't understand that it's a lot of people in prison right now for them same actions because people get angry and they shoot off. They do something that they wouldn't actually do in everyday life because they angry. But them 5 seconds end up with a life sentence a lot of times, man. A lot of times. And you can believe every day that them folks sitting back in the penitentiary that's already there, sitting there thinking the same thing. I wish I could go back in time and change that, man. But you can't change what already don't happen. That's just factual. You can't change what already happened, man. You know what I mean? Things that happen in life, they happen for a reason and they just gonna do what they do. You gotta live with that shit. Some people don't be ready to live with their actions. That's why they don't know what they doing when they do it, man. ASAP Rocky sitting there thinking to himself, ain't no way I'm supposed to be sitting here in a motherfucking trial with the type of life I got going on, man. You got a beautiful wife. You got a wife that's worth $1 billion motherfucking dollars, that's a motherfucking global superstar. You don't have to rap or do nothing else no more. You can become the motherfucking dad of the year if you want to. And travel with your wife and be happy. But one night, you got into it with one of your closest friends that you grew up with and you took it to a whole nother level. You took it to a whole nother level. And when you took it to a whole nother level, you put your whole life in jeopardy, man. You put your whole future with your kids, with your family, with your loved ones in jeopardy for that split-second decision when you were busting it real, man. When you were busting it real, every motherfucking pop that came out that motherfucking hammer, you was thinking yourself that I'm going to jail. You had to be thinking that, man. But in your mind, you was thinking, man, shit, Rail might come back and pop at me, but Rail ain't going to go tell the police. But guess what? Rail went and told the police because Rail sit there and did like a lot of motherfucking cowards do. He said, shit, I can get some money. I'll sue him and his wife. His wife worth $1 billion. I can sue him and his wife for my injuries. Dude was an opportunist, but he didn't set the situation up, man. He was an opportunist, but he didn't put the situation into play, man. He just trying to take advantage of a situation that ASAP Rocky put himself in. They had an altercation that was a physical altercation, and ASAP Rocky knew he couldn't fight ASAP Real because he would have kicked his ass, man. So ASAP Rocky pulled that hammer out and tried to knock ASAP Real ass off. Now ASAP Rocky sitting back thinking and regretting the motherfucking 5 seconds that I seen on that surveillance tape. I couldn't do nothing but shake my head the whole time I've been watching this trial, especially when they play that surveillance tape to every last one of them ASAP motherfuckers, man. When them folks tried to lie, the DA played the tape and say, man, that ain't what we see. Tell us what you see on this tape. Well, you got to think yourself, man, why did somebody not stop that man and tell him to take the 180 days, man? If I could have got to ASAP Rocky and told him, man, look here, man, you don't know me, but I've been through this type of shit in life, and them folk giving you a blessing, man. They giving you a blessing by offering you 180 days. And there's so many signs that they was blessing this man is when the judge damn near stepped off the stand and talked to the man like he was a child, like he was his child, with compassion. And he was like, Don't you realize that you could do this 180 days and 7 years probation, and you can go out there and do a lot good for being speakers for kids who against violence and stuff like that? Don't you realize that 180 days is nothing compared to 24 years, sir? He broke it down to him because the judge knew that ASAP Rocky knew the same thing he knew. All the evidence that them folk were going to present against him in that trial, man. That's why every time that you look at the judge, when them folks got some evidence that they know that the jury gonna take and run with, they say okay. Yeah. Hello? Yes, sir. Ain't that about a bitch? Li- Life is life. Yeah, motherfucker need good energy because a motherfucker need to make sure. That's what I'm saying. And if a motherfucker got shit on their mind, they ain't gonna be on point like a motherfucker need them to be. Well, that's cool, yeah, man.